So I've got the 2008 6.4 back in here. I had a couple of questions because I had condemned the turbo actuator on this thing, and it looked like I did it pretty rapidly, but actually there's some things that I didn't show you, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you those now. So when this thing's cold, the actuator works just fine. So after it warms up and you get some heat in this thing, then the circuit goes open. It sets an open circuit code. So I checked my oil temperature switch, or sending unit in there, checked the resistance on it when it was cold, and I also checked it when it got up to temperature, and it's right in the range it's supposed to be. So the next thing that I did is, of course, I did my bulb test, and you saw that on the circuit. And I have no communication codes with any other modules. I scanned all the modules, no U codes anywhere. So the next thing I did was I went ahead and I back probed my communication lines with the scope. And while I did that, I went ahead and added another channel so that I could monitor my voltage going to the actuator. So I'll turn the key on and then we'll take a look at that. I'll show you what that looks like. I don't know how well this old screen here will show up on camera, but we'll give it a shot here. Turn the key on. So I heard the actuator move there, so it's cooled off enough to where it is now working. But anyway, I did this earlier, so when it was hot. But what we got here is we have, I don't know how well you can see that, but we've got under 3 volts on both of the communication line. That's the green and the yellow, and these are the little data packages it's sending to the PCM and whatever else it talks to, via the instrument cluster. It's saying pick up some milk on your way home. Okay, I'm not working, I'm broke. Or the other thing it does is it tells it, it receives a message, you need to open 50% or 100% or whatever to toggle the VGT. So that's how that works. I'm also looking at my voltage on the line, and I got 12.5 volts. So if I plug into my motor there and I home test it now, because I heard it work, like I said, it's cooled off enough to where it's working. It'll show some resistance, but when it's hot and not working, and when it does set a code, it's actually showing open, completely open. So it's basically something in there is going completely open, and it's not that surprising because the thing is bolted right onto the turbo and it's soaking up a lot of heat. That's why I don't really understand why they went away from the water cooling on it, because that helped keep this unit a lot cooler. Like I said, maybe they had issues with water intrusion or coolant intrusion into the unit itself. I don't know why they did that. But anyway, the new ones don't have that on them, so they're just basically air cooled. They have some fins over here for a heat sink, and like that's going to cool it off. And these turbos were replaced, not that long ago, because this thing had a motor put in it. So, and this is all Ford stuff, so that I would think that shouldn't have failed already, but it did. So, I've 100% verified that this turbo actuator is in fact bad. And it also, by doing that, I was also able to, look at some other systems on the truck and make sure that we didn't have any other problems anywhere else. So we got our turbo actuator coming tomorrow, and we'll put it on there, clear all the codes, go test drive it, get it warmed up, and should work, and then we'll ship it back to the customer. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.